Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay, now we're going to go over here to the video. Video. Here we go. Customs. Maybe the resolution is too high. Let's lower the resolution to there. Okay. Maybe the video. Is the video, let's just see what the video says. Video format, match output. Highest 30. Is that good? Can you hear me now? Oh, okay. I just fixed it. I think I just fixed it. Does that seem like it's all right? We're doing all right. We're doing all right. Okay, and that's not right. Okay, we're doing a bit better there, but still not perfect. We're going to get it perfect. We got to do the video thing. What happened is, here's what happened today. The computer, maybe I'm being attacked. Maybe we're being attacked by the bad people. FPPS, video format, any default, any, something like this is enough to like make you go crazy. FPS, film, highest FPS. How about that? Does that look all right? And then we go over here to the video, and we go here. Do you guys know what I'm doing here? We have no producer. We have no producer. We just have me. Now, this is not taking up the screen. How do I get the entire screen here? Chat. The chat is here. This has got to take up the entire screen. Video. Here we go. Let's go here. Video. Unlock. There. That's not it. Oh God. I just hate myself, really. I mean, how can you like any of this? There we go. Okay, that's good. That's good. That's good. We're now in my beautiful house in Nunhead. In Nunhead, if you want to find me, you could just, I guess, what can you do? Can you Google? Can you, what do you do? What can you do? I don't even know what you can do. Let's stretch this out a bit. Can we stretch that out? Can we stretch this a little bit this way? Or just move it this way? Okay, can you hear me? Can you see me? Can you hear me? Can you see me? Can you hear me? Can you see me? Can you hear? Luke Weber is here. It's the worst show ever. I would say no. I mean, it hasn't been the worst show. I'm not quite as upset as I've been in the past. Okay, can you hear me clearly, Joodles? Can you hear me well? What happened to your cam, Lewis? What is there something the matter with the cam? Is it no? Because there's a bright background in the back. If it was this way, it would look a lot. I would look a lot better. I think. Maybe I should move it. Is it hard to look at? Is it hard to look at the screen? I mean, I think it's hard for me to look at the screen. Maybe I should change the way it looks. Maybe I should change the angle. I've got this thing here. Can you see what this is? I could use this thing here. Maybe this is all I need to do. Is to go here. Is to go here. And I'll put the camera up on the other thing. Cam seems higher quality than usual, but I think it's fine. But the window is bright. Yeah, well, because the curtains, I cannot close the curtains. The curtains fell down. Can you see that? They fell down. There's my American flag. It fell down. I'm going to fold my American flag because I am a patriot to America and to Britain, but mostly to America. That's my country is America, basically. I hope it's America. I'm not denouncing America. My country is to the Jews. It's to Britain. It's to you people, is my country. And because yesterday somebody came, can you see that somebody came yesterday? There was a thing there. There was a nice dresser that she came and took away. Someone came and took it away. What's that song? That's a song. There's a song like that. Someone came. What's that song? Anyway, so that's why it's so bright in the background. The flag is falling down is a sign. Yeah, maybe it is a sign. Maybe it's the death to America. I mean, everyone's so happy about the Gaza thing or whatever. Maybe they're not happy about the Gaza thing. Maybe they're not. Maybe you're not happy about it. Maybe this thing can go up here like that. Like that. Is that better? Is that better? Is that better? Is that better? How's that? No, that's not right either. We're getting a lot. We might get a lot of new people watching this thing. Okay. It's only another hour of light, and then it gets dark. And then it gets dark. Don't look at all the stuff I have in here. All the no drug paraphernalia. I don't think there is drug paraphernalia. Anyway, thank you very much for listening. This is not going to be the oh God. Okay. I mean, the thing fell down. What am I supposed to do when the thing falls down right before the show happens? Oh, nothing happened. Nothing happened. The thing fell down. It fell down from on top there. Um, we have a new sound system, which is this is why it's called Uncooked. It's completely uncooked. And if you sit there and you say, oh, you've planned it, then you're giving me way more credit than I deserve. Like totally way more credit than I deserve. Okay, Lewis Schaffer. That's a picture of my dad. This fell down before. Um, so where are we? Here we go. So let's start by saying hello to everybody. Hello to Ben Brown. This is part of the comedy. Okay. Let's see what's going on. What does Ben Brown say? Part of the comedy? When does it get funny? It doesn't have to get funny. Get the fuck out if you don't want it to be. Sorry. That's not nice. I shouldn't be nice. I should not say what's on my mind. I saw what the guy looks like and I thought to myself, he's fat. He's fat. I'm like so who pointed it out? I think Judels pointed it out before that I'm like the guy pointing out the king's got no clothes. I said he's fat, and he's hating he's wants he's advocating genocide. When you say that people are killing the Palestinians, that's basically how does that look? I think it looks my hair is really bad. Carbs uncooked. Steve Cuff says, yeah, well, I don't eat carbs. I didn't eat carbs. Dawn Neeson was about to laugh, but she held herself. Yeah, because she wants to look perfect. She reminds me of beautiful Claire. She wants to look perfect, Dawn Neeson. And you say, how can this guy talk? How does he appear in public if you're going to be fat? How do you appear in public? I'm asking everybody that question. How do you appear in public? Let me fold the flag up. Why don't you answer that question? If you're fat, why should you go out in public? It's your fault for being fat. It's your fault for being fat. I'm folding up the flag. This is my country, 'tis of thee. Is it a great country? I don't know. It's my home. It's my home. Do countries do bad things? Yes, they do. Does my country do bad things? Yes, it has. Is it doing bad things right now? Possibly. Less bad things than it was doing before. But it's doing bad things, basically. It's doing bad things. Ruben is here. I see you is here. Hello, I see you. Hello, Vatanai, Claire C, Alex. Yeah, she was about to laugh, but she goes, oh my God, this is bad. I'm not allowed to say this. We have to be nice to this guy. Because they want leftist people on the show. They want leftist people on the show. And then he gets points because he says, look at how I was mistreated. I'm not a, whatchamacallit. I'm not a paid full-time employee of the thing. And I never will be. I'm never going to be invited back. That's just the fact. The fact is, there's something the matter with me. There's something the matter with me. I'm not a top comedian anymore, forever, and I'm not a pundit either. I am me. I am me. And Diane Keaton died. We could talk about Diane Keaton. How beautiful was that woman? Carter USM, Sheriff Fat Man, great song. I don't know that song. Steve Cuff, but I know the song. Anyway, so number one, we're going to talk about me booted off of GB News. And then the guy, the fat man, he's a fat man. He said he was fat. He knows he's fat. So how can you sue me because I said you're fat and you admit to being fat and you are fat? How can that be? How could that be a crime? That's what. How could that be a crime? The color is really bad here. Maybe if I put on the lights. How about if I put on? Maybe that doesn't need a light. Maybe a light from this side. Maybe that'll adjust it. How about this? How about that? You think that'll help? I'm dark on this side of my face. I'm dark on this side. I'm trying to get bright on this side. Maybe if I go like that. If I go like this. I go like this. Anyway, nothing wrong with you, Kerry. This is what nothing wrong with me, says Kerry. Yes, thank you very much for saying it. Lewis, you were rude on GB News. They were right to end the feed. Because I'm rude? Fuck you. Sorry. Was that too much? That's you guys are obsessed with rudeness. That's what I heard when I first moved to this country. That's rude. That's rude. And that's why no one is speaking the truth to power here. Because they're afraid of being rude. Look at how incompetent this guy is. And he's going to talk to us. He's going to preach, however, anything. He should not be allowed to speak. Well, who are you talking about, Lucy? Again, Lucy talks to the outer space, and then she expects a response from someone in particular. That's Lucy. Instead of saying Lewis. Okay? Luke Weber is here. And he is fat. And you said far worse on GBN. I have. I used to call Paul Cox fat. And now he's thin and beautiful. Have you seen Paul Cox lately? And he's getting all the TV things. No, Lewis. You were spot on. You are a comedian. Ignore them. Yeah, I'm going to ignore them. I should ignore them. We should love this. We should fight for rudeness. We should say to them, you hate our country. You hate the United Kingdom. You hate the Angles, the Saxons, the Jutes, the Cornish, the Scots. You hate us because we're white. And I'm not even white. I'm not a white man. I'm not white. Best show ever. The point is, you resorted to the lowest comment. Yes, I did. Because you can't speak to somebody when they're that fat and then they preach to you. I think this is what Lucy is saying. They're preaching to me when they can't even stop eating. And that's what I'm saying to you people. I'm offering you help. Help to stop eating. I was a fat, disgusting man. If you had seen me before, I'm not disgusting. I'm disgusting now, but I was a fat and disgusting man. No one ever said to me, Lewis, you're fat. But I needed to lose 4+ stone. So how much did I lose? I was 220 pounds, and I went down to 6 kilos. Sorry, 220 pounds. I was at 101 kilograms, and then I went down to 200 to 75 kilograms. I got something in my eye. I'm not white either. I'm more of a peach color. Steve is a peach color. We love you, Lewis, MC Scott. I do. BMA 24, last reading. That's sort of like what I am. And I'm not saying that's perfect. 54 people watching now. Let them record this and let them hear what I have to say. We need to stop being afraid. We need to stop being afraid of being rude to people, especially someone who's saying you deserve to die. Why do you deserve to die? Because you're a Jew. But I can't say you're a Jew. I called it Israel. But this is what it is. You deserve to die because you're white and you're not black and we want your stuff. That's what Team the Globalists say. The conversation wasn't about overweight people. Honestly, I can't remember what it was about. Dullahan says, no, it wasn't. Okay, it was wrong. But my mind was like, I was blinkered and blinded by how fat the guy was. And I said it out. I mean, I wouldn't, if it was a woman, I wouldn't have said it. I don't call a woman like that because that's sensible. I just eaten 2 packs of bacon, says MC Scott. That's one each, too, combined with the pig's blood we ate the other day. We're good to go. Yes, that's what we should be eating. We shouldn't apologize for eating that kind of food. You want to be healthy. I woke up today with 77.2. I gained a little bit yesterday. The weekends I'm always eating a bit too much. But we need to be thin and beautiful. And most of the people are thin and beautiful. And not only are most of you thin and beautiful, you know you have to. And the ones who aren't thin and beautiful, no, you've got to become thin and beautiful. You've got to become thin and beautiful. I can't hear everything because there are works taking place near me on a Sunday. But national TV is not the place to call someone fat. Make a fool of them with the facts since they never have any. Am I capable of doing that, Blackadder? Yeah, I'd like to. I would have made fun of him. But somebody needs to call these people out for what they are. He's a hypocrite. because the left are always saying we need to care about the animals. But how much food are you eating? You're denying humans food with all of your food. I briefly joined because I was afraid this might happen. It might happen. You, Jarrett, you could. Why don't you tell me why I did wrong? Because you posted something that I should have been nicer to this guy or something. I don't remember what you said. Please think about your blood pressure, Lewis. We don't want you to have another health episode. Yes, I agree with you. I should think about my health episode. But it makes me so angry because I love GB News. But there I'm kicked off of GB News for saying something stupid, and I had about 20 minutes of like me in a sheer utter, I wasn't even saying in an utter panic, but I couldn't get the Zoom to work. 61 people watching now. I should have prepared a statement. Lewis will be fine. Plenty of good people around him. Thank you, MC Scott. Not a hypocrite, a hypocrite. Dean Odranto. That's funny. He's a hippo, not a hypocrite, but a hippo, as in the animal hippo, which is one of the dangerous. But you got to remember what a hippopotamus is. It's one of the most dangerous animals in the entire world. It is the most dangerous. We should have a poll. Did I do the right thing? I did the wrong thing. I shouldn't have called him fat, but I was so upset, and I was on the air at 30 minutes after. Too, and I got the call early, and I could have made it. I could have gone there. Israel is not Jews. Israel is Jews. Israel is Jews. It's not only Jews, but they don't even want nation states. They don't even want their own nation state. Did you hear, Lucy? Did you hear what's his name said? What Bill Clinton said when what's his name? They had a deal to give 90, just some huge amount to the Arabs, and they rejected it. They accepted it, and they said no, because they don't want that. They do not want that. They're killing the Jews. Yeah, I'm going to be honest. I'm pretty honest here. Do I seem like an honest person? I feel like I'm an honest person. Have no fear. We are with you. Thank you, Vatanai. I really appreciate that. I mean, I didn't mean to hurt the guy, even though the guy was saying kill Jews in his own way. In his own way. When you say it's Israel, it's not Jews. They're not fighting over Yemen or over Afghanistan. Well, they are, of course they are, but they're not fighting over other places where people are dying, unless it's getting the English people. Unless it's getting the English people. That's what it is. A hippo had an argument with Ben Leo on the air once. That hippo. Oh, yeah. Well, so I'm proud of myself. I'm proud I said what was on my mind. And then afterwards, you can always apologize if you did a bad thing. You know what? And he says he's going to sue me. Let him sue me. Let him sue me. There's no money here. There's no money here. So let him sue me. And if he does sue me, maybe we'll get more viewers here. Maybe that's what'll happen. We'll get more viewers. I mean, did I do a wrong thing? Yes, I did a wrong thing. Everybody like the stream, please. I'm sorry for asking for this. What you're saying, Lewis, is Israel, a state, a government, can never be criticized no matter what they do. Yes, they can be criticized, but not when you're an anti-Semite. Not when you're an anti-Semite. Why are they criticizing Israel? They're criticizing Israel because it wants to live, it wants the people to be safe. Have people suffered because there is an Israel? Yes, they have suffered. The poor, but they still want to kill the Jews who didn't have anything to do with their suffering. So yes, you cannot criticize Israel if you're an anti-Semite. You can't do it. You can't do it. You've had generations and hundreds of years to criticize Israel. You can't do it. And that's what this guy, I'm not saying he is. He called Israel genocidal. Yes, he did. He called the Jews genocide. He did. And the fact is that the Gazans had a 2% increase in the population growth in the past 2 years. 2%. So they've gone up. How genocidal is that? It's a lie. It's a lie. That's what he called it. Okay? Yeah. Well, if you're standing by your comments, we are standing with you. Thank you, Ruben. But I mean, you're on my team anyway. The point is, let's not talk about where Lucy went to school, where anybody went to school. The fact is, Charlie Kirk didn't go to university. I went to university, and I'm an idiot. So don't talk. And there are people who go to these universities, the best the best, and they've been taught lies. They preach lies. Lying schools. Harvard, Oxford, Cambridge. Yeah. Worst genocide ever. Where the population actually grows. Where are these people? They call this a genocide? What makes someone an anti-Semite? Criticizing Israel? No, I didn't say that. Did I say that it criticized Israel? But you better check your motives first. This is what I say. Check your motives. The fact is that hatred for Israel is a lot of times anti-Semitism. If you're sitting there up there, you should look at yourself before you criticize Israel. Number one, and number two, it's a losing thing because I hate to say it, people seem like idiots for criticizing the Jews. You do. You do. At least I think you do. You know, I think you do. I don't know if you do. Maybe this is wrong. This is wrong. We got 53. Lucy. Some Jews think just mentioning Israel is an old manner, is anti-Semitism. Yes, it is. But these days, sneezing can be interpreted as anti-Semitic. Well, if you sneeze in a Jew's face deliberately, it is anti-Semitic. So you better be careful if you're in an Israel rights protest where you sneeze, or if you go with lots of other guys wearing black clothes with Islamic flags where you sneeze. So it's nuance. It's nuance. I'm not saying everybody is an anti-Semite. I shouldn't even be obsessed with this because it's so boring. And I know you people, I know the people of this country, nobody cares about the Jews as much as the Jews care about the Jews. But we're watching. We are watching. We're watching the world. I'm not fat. I'm gravitationally challenged. Yeah. Okay. You are right and correct to fight back against anti-Semitism. I'm fighting for the lives of Israel. They're trapped there. They're surrounded. They're a tiny little country. You know how tiny they are. They're shorter than the distance across England. They're shorter than from here to if you're like in Jerusalem. I've done it. I've taken a bus there, Lewis. Is that anti-Semitism then? Would the same go for our countries? People call Greece a financial shithole all the time, which is not true, frankly. Does that make them anti-Hellenistic? If they're obsessed with it, no, it doesn't make them anti that. But no, I don't know what you mean by that. We can criticize other people. And the fact is, here's the thing. When Israel started to destroy all the Gazans' homes, 57, that's amazing. They were trying to teach the Gazans a lesson. So the Gazans, and we did this in Germany. We blew up all those cities in Germany to try to get the Germans to stop. It didn't work. It didn't work. That doesn't mean they were trying. And they sent out notices. We're going to blow up your houses because you invaded our country and we want our people back. I'm going to calm down. I'm going to calm down. We've had thousands of years to come up with insults for Jews, and I'm not sure we're really getting anywhere. Any ideas? Yeah, Lewis Schaffer. You say, you're the country that has Lewis Schaffer. And they go, oh, please, don't mention it. Don't mention it. That is the point I'm getting at. The point I'm getting, we got 57 people watching this. So that is really good news. That is really good news. Can you hear me? Can you see me? The light is not good. But as soon as the sun goes down, the sun's going down all the way over there in the west. As soon as it goes down, I'm going to make this a bit louder, I hope. I hope it's a bit louder. No, that's it. Can you hear me? Lewis, speak the truth. I'm speaking what I see is the truth. You know what? Do you think these Arabs, these Palestinians, these Muslims would stop fighting when they win Israel? No. No. And the people here, a lot of people don't even see it. Don't even see it. Kill your dog now so they're not killed later. Put on a mask now so you won't be forced to put on a mask. Stop eating pork so you won't have to eating pork. Loud and clear, thank you. Visual's great. Thank you, MC Scott. Don't worry, my lenses aren't trained on you. Okay, you can train them on me. Okay, poor in wealth but rich in life remains true of many cultures living in more challenging financial climates. It's a testament to the general public of those communities. You know, when they come in and they say, you know, the Greeks don't need to have a country. They don't need to have a country. It's kind of a racist country. What about all the Muslims that used to live there? What about this? What about that? Then you should worry. You should worry for Greece. You should worry for Greece. Anyway, if that doesn't make the anti-Hellenistic, then a similar fashion, when people criticize Netanyahu and the IDF possible negligence, it's not anti-Semitic. It might not be anti-Semitic. And if you don't think it's anti-Semitic, you're an idiot. You are an idiot because you have to be super careful because it would seem anti. It's totally different. Okay? Nobody's trying to kill people because they're Greek, but people are killing people because they're Jews. Okay? Jihad, the guy who broke into that synagogue, was killing people because they were Jews. And that's not an unusual thing. Their whole Koran says we're going after the Jews. So, no, it's not anti-Greek. It's not. What could be anti-Greek, and maybe eventually, is when the Turks attack Greece. And the Greeks say, hey, we're a Christian country. And you go, oh, that's racist. Ooh, that's racist. You know, or that's anti-Muslim or whatever it is. Okay? That's what it is. It's not that Israel has nothing to do with the Jews. It's all Jews. It's all Jews. You forget. I remember. I'm old enough to see women, multiple people with numbers written on their arms. Numbers on their arms. I remember that. Walking in New York with numbers on their arms. Where did they get those numbers tattooed on their arms? Where did they get their tattoos on their arms? All right. I mean, this is horrible. This is horrible. I know I'm being horrible because I'm just so passionate about it. And this is not my country, but I'm passionate for you people. And I'm passionate for my people. For my people. And we should be passionate for our people. We should say we're English people. Why do we want people moving into our country that hates us? Why should we be called racist? Why should we be asked for $17 trillion by Lenny Henry? Did they say anything to me earlier? What do you mean, Keith Bexley? I got phone calls from them. Sparrows should come back as soon as possible. You're trying to equate Greece. Nobody's trying to kill the Greek people yet, but they will. A phobia is an irrational fear. Therefore, I'm not Islamophobic, and it's not irrational. Similarly, transphobic. I don't have an irrational fear of either. That's exactly right. I've got a rational fear. I've got a rational fear that they allow someone on your TV, promoting genocide of Israel. I'm against that. I'm against that because that's, you know what I mean. And they're going to sit there and they're going to say we're taking over Israel from Land's End to John O'Groats or whatever it is. Lewis is driving the car. The brakes have failed, and we are hurtling down the hill. Well, it was good. Maybe this will be my last show. It could be, and that's how shows end. I want to thank you for giving me utter support. We've been on the show for how many shows have this been? 124 shows. I mean, not including the late night shows. So let's say almost 130 shows. And you've been here. So I'm not yelling at you. Does it seem like I'm yelling at you? I'm not yelling at you. Does it seem like I'm yelling? Israel has a right to exist, and it is irrational to hate Jews. No, it is not irrational to hate Jews. It isn't irrational to hate Jews. Okay, it's not irrational to hate British people or even Americans. I don't think it is irrational. Explain to me why it's irrational to hate Jews. People should be allowed to hate. You can hate, but it's not. You're not going to win. You're not going to win, and don't tell me you don't hate Jews. Thank you, Lud. I love Lud. Okay. I'm going to repeat myself. In Gaza yesterday, a new plush restaurant opened named after the slaughter carried out at the Nova Music Festival. It's called Nova Cafe. What does it say to them? I don't think that's maybe they're not maybe they weren't thinking that. Yeah, what does it say about them? They're at war with Jews, and they want to kill all the Jews. Okay. It's not your last show, Lewis. We need you. Well, I don't know where I'll be. Oh my God. It's on Daily Mail Online. What's on Daily Mail Online? Okay, don't you want our support? You're talking to me, Vatnai. I do want your support. I do want your support, but it could be irrational to hate Jews, but it's anti-Semitic. You got to give me a reason. I love your shows, Lewis, says Lynn Langley. Please don't even think of stopping them. Thank you, Lynn. Make sure you subscribe and make sure you like. Make sure, yeah, thank you for subscribing. It's irrational to incite people to hate Jews for false reasons, to hate the average Jew. There is no justification for that. Yes, there is. There is justification for hating other people. But does it, just admit what it is. These people who are coming into the country have a thing about the Jews. They have a thing about the Jews. Why do they have a thing about it? Because they lost their country. Because the Western world came in and divided the country. Who's to blame? The West is to blame. Mark J. The West is to blame. They divided the country, so people lost their country. But remember this, the Muslims, the Islamists, have been hating the Jews for however many years. 1,300 years. That's a lot of time to carry around hate. It's a lot of time for carrying hate. There are reasons for hating. Let people hate. But admit that you're hating. They got a thing against the Jews because the Jews were the original people and we said no to them. But you know how many Jews there are? There are only 15 million, if that many Jews. And there are a lot of Jews who are against Israel, who hate themselves. So we're not going to count them as Jews. Am Yisrael Chai. That's the saying. Am Yisrael Chai. I don't think the foundation of Israel was a good idea. I've been saying that for 20, 30, 40 years. It's not a good idea because you could see what happens. You're basically painting yourself into a little corner of the world. And you're going to say, well, Israel wants to take over the world. I don't think that's true. I think it is true. I think you have to want to take over the world. Is it nice to see my window? You can't really see it over here. Let me just see if you could see it. Hold on one second. Here we go. Can you see the window? It's got to be fixed. It's a very sunny apartment. You girls, you want to come and visit me? It's a very, very sunny apartment. 2 billion Muslims and they talk about minorities, says John Miller. Yeah, exactly. And most people, this is why you should listen to Lewis Schaffer, because I know you're thinking I say I'm an idiot. I don't really believe that. I'm a bit of an idiot, but I know what's going on in the world. I know what is going on. Because I studied it. We used to read books, Countries That Killed the Jews. And they were huge, thick books. I used to read the Jewish Encyclopedia, Countries That Killed the Jews. Red Knight is here. Does it look good? I don't think it doesn't look good. I appreciate that, Red Knight. Thank you very much. John Miller, thank you for coming in. That's the point that I am making. Is there any question you need to answer? I'm off GB News. I called the guy fat. You know this about me. I'm obsessed with people being fat. My father was fat. He died early. He could barely walk. He demanded that a tube was placed in his penis because he couldn't pee because he had prostate disease, which is caused by eating carbs. He was fat. Okay, my own father. I didn't save his life. I could not save his life. I didn't know how to save his life. I didn't know about carbs until 6 years ago. Okay, I didn't know. So I hate fat. So I see fat. He could have been on my team and I could have said, you're fat. He could have been a Jew. I could have said, you're fat. Anyway, it wasn't because he was an idiot and a horrible, horrible human being. Being Jewish and disliking what Israel has done doesn't make one self-hating Jew. It just means one is a likely anti-Zionist. Yes, it does. It does. Because right now, Jews are in a corner. And they're fighting their way out of the corner. So we have to stand with them. I'm sorry. That's the way it is. It's like in England. I was never a right-wing Nazi fascist like I am now, or like they call me that now. I was never that way. I didn't care about England at all. But I'm here, and I see the threat that's right here. And no one is screaming. We need to scream, save England. Save Scotland, Ireland, the Angles, the Saxons, the Jutes, the Cornish, the Welsh. That's what we've got to do. It's almost impossible to discuss this subject in this format. I can't express my views with subtlety, and you need to read them likewise. Well, I will read them. You know I will read them. I'll try to read them. Post them twice. The point, you're right, it's a very bad format. It's a very bad format. I'm sorry. It's a bad format. Just as me being on that TV show today was a bad format. The point you are making, Lewis, is that people should be free to hate. Of course, it's right to have that freedom. Yes, I believe that people should be free. But just remember one thing, the Jews will win. Based on past history, you've tried to kill us a million times. And not just in Germany, not just in Russia, not just in the Ukraine, but here in this country. Here in this country, massacres, kicking us out of the country. But what about Spain? What about across the world? And we've survived. I mean, not that that's the reason why you shouldn't kill us, but, you know, it just makes us stronger. That's what Nietzsche said. What doesn't kill... Oh, God. Oh, God. Okay. Mark J. says this. Okay. You can also be a Zionist, Blackadder says, but you just try to keep your government in check. No regime is immune to decadence regardless of ideology. It's true, and is Netanyahu doing a great job? He has a theory. Remember, Netanyahu has two enemies. Not even Netanyahu. The Jews of Israel has two enemies. Remember, they've got the Gazans, and they want the Gazans to do something. They've got three, because they've got their own people that they've got to say to their own people, look at what we're doing to get these people back. They can't say there's nothing we can do. They have to do something. Am I right about this? Okay? Am I right? But the third thing is they want to teach their enemies a lesson in the other countries. They want to teach the Iranians, the Persians who hate the Jews. Not all Persians hate the Jews. They want to say, oh, you want to attack the Jews? Well, this is what will happen to Tehran. The Turks, perhaps. They're saying, oh, we're going to attack Israel. Well, do you like what Istanbul looks like? We don't want Istanbul hurt. But they're sending a message out. They're saying, we will do this. Moscow, yeah, you've got your nuclear weapons. We'll figure a way to do you too. Washington, D.C., if you're not with us, I know you like your city. You like the Washington Monument and the Jefferson Memorial. You like those places. But we are going to live. This is what the new Israel is saying. I consider myself a misanthrope the way things are going. All right. Well, I mean hating humans. Yeah, humans are horrible. We are horrible. Where can we see the video of Lewis calling the lefty fat Maltese Phil? You can't because it's been taken down. Maybe someone will come up. Maybe it'll come up. Maybe it's going to be horrible for me. Animals act with 100% integrity. Too many humans fail to. Yes. Well, we don't want people to have integrity. What integrity is let's go in and kill and rape people in Israel. That's what that is. I don't know what the hell you were thinking, bringing you on to discuss this, to be honest. Whose idea was that? Yeah, it's also something that's like, I'm really passionate about, Lucy. Thank you. I assume you're talking to me. See, Lucy is only talking to me. She doesn't say Lewis. Instead of saying Lewis, comma, I mean, it's six. How many is Lewis, comma? It's 6 strokes, so she doesn't want to do that. Yeah, it was a mistake, and I regret calling the guy fat. I regret this conversation right now. I wish I didn't talk about it. It's not my business. I wish you thought, I wish some people thought, why don't you be like Lewis? He's neutral. That's what I think. Why don't you be like Lewis? He's neutral. But I'm not neutral. I'm not neutral. Lucy is ill-educated. I don't think she is. I don't think she is. And that's the difference between the conservative point of view and the leftist point of view. The left think that we're evil, and the right think that they're just uneducated. Allowance may be for the artistic expression when using English on platforms of this nature. Who are you talking to? MC Scott? MC Scott. MC Scott. I think I was a bit in the wrong by calling him fat. Hey, 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 Lucy, Lucy, Lucy. Everybody, let's be nice. Let's be nice, Lucy. Uh, I literally prefer grok to people. This is what Alan Williams said. Yes, I do too. But grok lies. Doesn't grok lie? I think grok does lie. Let's be okay. We're not getting. And see, I've worked everybody up to a frenzy. I worked everybody up to a frenzy. Hey, let's take a break right now. Everybody, what did you like this stream? So, how about contributing to the stream? Play nice. That's what Led says. Yeah, contribute. Go to coffee, kofi.com/Lewis Schaffer. Help me out a little bit. Help me out. Buy me a drink. Buy the thing. Daniel G. All Lewis did was tell the truth. Yeah, that's how I'm not going to be able to sleep at night over this thing. Rachel, some good may come of this. You may have shamed him into losing weight. Yes, yes, and shamed other people into losing weight. Other people. Yeah, maybe to some of us. I say this to all of you people. I think I do. Don't I tell you you're fat? Not you, whoever you are. I tell you you're fat. Don't be fat. Be thin. Be thin and beautiful. And you can't get a girlfriend. Why not? Because you're fat. I was fat, and now girls seem to like me. Not after this kind of chat. This is not the right thing to say. Who is Bloody Nora, MC Scott? So also, we've got people joining this thing. Chris Welch is subscribed. Stuart Hanley is subscribed. Can you hear me? Is everything now loud and clear? Can you hear me? I think I've made my point about today's thing. What would I like? I would like an apology from somebody for booting me off the air. I'll give them an apology because I didn't know what I said was going to get me kicked off the air. So I apologize to GB News. Mr. Marmite is late. I apologize to GB News for saying what I said in the way that I said it. I apologize for not being ready on stream. I gave myself an hour to be ready. The whole thing started. My diet starts 1st of January. No, that's not enough shame. It's not enough shame. You're not supposed to tell fellow guests on a news program that they're fat. It doesn't matter if it's true. Lucy, why not? Why shouldn't I tell them that? Why shouldn't? It's a news program. Read the rules. I'm new to this country. I'm new to news programs. I'm not. It was at 2:43 p.m., Kerry. But I don't think it's on, Joodles. Is it on? Has anybody recorded it? No one's recorded it. Keith Bexley is here. I don't know. I know him. And they said, you're not supposed to say that at 3. It's not for a program for 3. That's what they said to me. The direct quote. There are things you can't say at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I can't call somebody fat. So we can call Jews genocidal. Alex asked Lucy. That's a good question. So he's allowed to? He's allowed to say that Jews. He didn't call Jews genocide. He called Israelis. They're not. They're all Jews. I put a clip on Discord. Did you actually record it? Were you able to record it, Alex? If you did, that's amazing. Yeah, Discord. What's the actual show called, though? I don't know what it's called. It's Dawn Neeson. Let's see. I agree with her. Let him make a fool of himself. There is no need to stop down to their level, Alex. Is it not talking about me, about him? Yeah, you just say, that's not the right thing to say. This is show 124. That's what this is, MC Scott. I really like Dawn Neeson. She always looks so good and thin. Yes, she does. She looks good and thin. She's doing the best that she can. You should be allowed to say anything you want. Offense is not given, it's taken, says Led. Yeah, maybe you're right. I was just worked up. I don't know what I could say. He kept on talking, and I didn't hear anything of what he said. So it's kind of like what do they call that? An improv technique. You just start with, I don't think it is an improv. I don't even know what I'm talking about now. I know less about improv than I know about this. But the Avocado Man is here. Avocado Man. Did you say where the what do you say? The broads? Ruben made a joke. I posted restaurant opening on Discord. You have to scroll 14 minutes. I'm sorry. Well, it means that people are watching the Discord channel, which is really brilliant. I mean, I don't know how successful this show is going to be. I don't know, but we're getting more and more successful. Are we getting more and more successful? We got 50 people watching it, which is really good. 50, and people said to me, Lewis, don't go every day. Don't go 2 hours every day. We're breaking the rules. That's what Lewis Schaffer does. I'm breaking the rules. 51 people watching the show. We are breaking the rules. We are breaking the rules. I called someone fat. That's what I did. I did. Derbs makeup is sensational today. Dubes, sorry, she is. She's a beautiful girl. She's a really beautiful girl. I mean, my situation, it's a problem for me because if I was fat, I could have called him fat. Maybe he should give me an apology. There was a comedian from the North called Bernard Manning, and he thinks, and the things he said, you couldn't say today. You know what he said to me? He said I would die skint. He said this to me 20 years ago, and I probably will die skint. Possibly. You have been listening to this for 51 minutes without knowing what had happened. I see you. Is that true? Is that true? I see you. Have you been listening to this and not know what happened? What we've been talking about is I called some guy fat on GB News, and they stopped me from being on the show immediately. They pressed the button, and they stopped me from being on the show. And also, Nana is a beautiful, beautiful woman, beautiful girl, and she's very thin. I like that a lot. Why are these thin women on the TV? Because there's pretty privilege. And thinness is one of the ways we can get privilege. So I'm helping everyone out. I'm helping everyone out. And that's what I'm trying to do. I'm helping everybody out. Okay, I think I've spoken about this enough. Let's all live together in peace. When Lewis calls me fat, I find it hilarious. Well, I was introduced as a comedian. Maybe I should have had one. I think Square 50 on the Lewis Schaffer podcast should be Lewis called someone fat on the live TV. Return to start. I don't think there's any return from this. I'm not going back to start. They're not going to have me back. I wouldn't have me back if this is what's important to them. GB News, I'm talking about. They called up the vice president, and the vice president gave me a call. Jerry Sadovitz is still going, but no online platform. Yeah. Is he doing well, Jerry Sadovitz? Yeah, because a few people love him, but I don't know if he's doing well. Yeah, but you've been doing 3 hours daily lately, Lewis. Your brain needs to rest. Even as I smell it is, even as small as it is, it needs a rest. That's true. Maybe I'm doing too much. You should double down and quickly send him a solicitor's letter and trying to shame you. As he admitted on live TV, he is fat. That's a really good point. I'm going to write that down and never look at it again. I should send legal letter to James. That James is my middle name, too. For admitting, I don't even know, did he say that? Admitting he's fat. Did you see that? I didn't see that. I didn't see that. We even haven't said his name even once. I don't even remember the guy's name. He's fat. He's got a beard. He's on a high carb diet, probably. I think she said she must have her other half. I think she said she met her other half in a cafeteria. Laugh out loud. There was chemistry. Okay, woke comedians make me feel ill, says Avocado. Well, I am not a woke comedian. Whatever that means. I'm an awake comedian. I don't even know what that means either. Okay. Thought he was a journalist who served prison time. Maybe could be wrong. What's the guy's name? Okay. Well, you need to join my club. OADGAF. I see you. He said it was a fact after you had gone. Yeah, but he says he's going to sue. Who is he going to sue if it's a fact? Who is he going to sue? Why doesn't GB News include NI in its title? Good question. Good question. You know, good question. I'm a dilligaff, says Steve Cuff. What's a dilligaff? A daddy I'd like to lick in the groin area. Fabulous. Is that right? I don't even know if that's right. Is that right? Steve Cuff. Anyway, it's lovely to see you guys. Have we had enough of this, or should I talk about something else? I don't know if I should talk about this. We could probably edit this into something. Kermit isn't here. Kermit isn't here. Is Shanks watching this? We'll find out if Shanks watches. Do I look like I give a... Is that what that means, Joodles? Is that what it means? What did I say? I didn't say that. Rosie Jones is not a comedian. Luke W. says, thank you, Luke. I don't even know if I'm a comedian. What am I? Am I a comedian? You know, I don't know if I'm a comedian. Michael McIntyre is woke. They're all woke. If you take money from the BBC, you're woke. And he takes money from the BBC. He's a nice guy, though. But everybody's woke. How could you not be woke living in the British world right now? How could you not be woke? We've been lied to by the BBC every single day. Every single day we've been lied to. The whole world's been lied to. We got Keir Starmer just lying and lying and lying. Lying. Dean O'Drantle. Where are you from, Dean? Are you fat? How much do you weigh? How tall are you? Are you a man or a woman? Thanks. You type quicker than I do, says Steve Cuff. Yeah. Do I look like a dilligaff? Dilligaff. Well, that's also some things that I like. Just say it instead of like spelling it out. There are lots of people who just use a lot of what is it called? What do you use? You use a lot of memes or emojis. Emojis. Thank you, Joe. Joe is number one. I'm not so woke. I'm so not woke, she says. I am rude, but honest. Okay. Is the correct answer top? That's the correct answer, Claire. What is the correct answer? I hate the BBC. Not watched it for years. Yeah, I don't watch it either. I say that for legal reasons, says MC Scott. Anacronyms. Oh my God, I'm university educated. Us Christians, Craig 86 will always stand shoulder to shoulder with our Jewish friends. Thank you very much, Craig. And we stand shoulder to shoulder for you. We should, against the attack on Christians around the world, whether that's in Syria or Lebanon, or whether it's in Nigeria, wherever it is, or whether it's in this country. We have to stand with the Christians. We are Christians. Let's stand with the Christians. YSOF. Anacronyms. It's a, I didn't know what it meant. I'm sorry, Joodles. I'm sorry. Joodles is losing her love for me. I'm sorry. That's what I want to say. I wake up every day and say I'm sorry. How many times do I say I'm sorry? If you saw me in person, I'd be, I'm sorry. That's what I feel like. I'm sorry. I haven't lived up to what I need to live up to. Honestly, is the highest degree of honor one can carry. It's not rude. This is what Blackadder says. Well, that's what I'm trying to be. And the producers said that I was principled, that I wouldn't sell out an idea just to be on TV or something, or to be on GB News, which I love. Chris, where is Chris from? Could Chris, please? We have lots of Chris's. Can you put a new Chris in your name? Proto is here. We haven't seen you in so long. Been watching my koi carp in the pond, and I never noticed that they always swim in fours. So I Googled it, and apparently they get attacked ABC decoy scatter, leaving the decoy. How about some punctuation? They always get attacked ABC, period. I don't know what that means. Mispronounced words are the funniest thing in my world, Lewis. And a very British thing to mispronounce words. I mean, America is not as funny. Spologizing, that is. You get a poached, and just have to tell you. I guess that's a joke, MC Scott. I don't know. Palestinian Christians are not Palestinian. They are Syrian Bedouins that have never converted. Some of them think that they're Palestinians. You know, some of them think that they're Egyptians. Yes, that's true, Lucy. But a lot of them are have they've turned against the Jews too, which is not good. And some of them have. Look at the Druze in Israel, the Christians in Israel. Joe doesn't know why she's number two. I don't know why you're number two either. Something happened. I had to reset my live stream again. I've got to set it to put the timestamps back on. And we got 54 people watching. That's like the first couple of shows we had that many, and then it drifted down, and now we're back up. At least we're back up today. We're gonna have other bad shows and shows in the future. It's good the way it is. I see you, Joe. Your typing is automatically done when you're not looking. Somebody's typing for you. So there you go. So So what are we gonna do? Caroline Cooper is here. Caroline Cooper. I just stood in some shit in town. Fucking discussion. Then this is what Proto is saying. Then a minute later, a man stood in the same shit. I just said I didn't. I just said I did that, and he said, "You dirty bastard," and punched me in the nose. Okay, that's a joke too. That's a joke. Christians are being wiped out throughout the Middle East. Yes, they are. As the Jews. How many Jews were kicked out of Morocco and Algeria and Tunisia and Ethiopia? Not even Ethiopia, Eritrea. How many Jews have been kicked out? Okay. That's a history of the world. That's why you can't kill the Jews, because you could kick us out. And that's why we Christians have to fight for ourselves. We've got to fight for ourselves. There are Palestinian Christians. And they weren't all murdered. Some of them were murdered. A lot of them were forced to leave. And Lebanon used to be a very balanced country. And then the war happened, and then it messed them up. A lot of them went to America, and they formed new groups. And that's what happened to the Jews. And the Jews went home. What was the movie with, what's his name? What was the movie? With The Hobbit, where they all get kicked out of their country. The BBC rarely ran stories on Christians being killed in the Middle East or persecuted in Arab lands. But in reverse, it's open season. That's one of the reasons I went off the BBC too. Whenever they show you pictures of Israel, of Gaza being torn down, that's their screensaver of Gaza being torn down. You know, well, if they don't want Gaza torn down, they shouldn't have captured. They shouldn't have declared war on Israel. Okay. James Mathewson is his name. He's full of it. He's a full. Thank you, Chris. What is your full name? So I know you. But that's James. Let me Google him. It's like you shouldn't mess with me. I'm going to tell you why. There's no happiness in messing with me. It's like the horrible, horrible person who got mad at me because I said something. I made a joke. I wasn't even serious about disabled people. They got mad at me because I made a joke about this disabled people. Okay. Don't knock it. YouTube is the new media. Yeah, it is. It is the new media. So screw the BBC. AI says there are approximately 500 to 700 Christians left in Gaza at the start of 2025. Yeah, that's really sad. That's really sad. It's really sad. I feel bad for the Gazans who've got to pretend that they like them. I've got a friend of mine who's a Christian. Well, his father's a Palestinian, and his mother is not. She's a Christian. She's an Irish Christian from Scotland. Chortle says Lewis Schaffer booted from GB News for fat jibe. Again, proving why he's free until famous. Includes a poll. Was it fair to cut him off? 62% said no. Is that true? Is that what Chortle said? It was my ex-friend Steve Bennett. Is that really? What about Darius? Let me go check this out. That's so amazing. You know, you get rewarded for doing your work. Thank you, Chortle. He didn't call me. Why doesn't he call me for my opinion? I'll give him a quote. Chortle, UK, Lewis Schaffer, booted. Let's see if I'm up here. Cancel headliners, comedy news, 10 June. I've been axed. Are you sure it said that? Are you sure it said that? I don't think I have this here. Do I have this here? You didn't spell my name wrong. Comedy tour dates. You are beautiful. The reviews. Maybe they could change the reviews. You are beautiful. I don't know. This is short. I don't see this. I don't see this. Can you tell? Can you send a link or something? Was it fair to cut me off because I called the guy fat? That's that's nice to hear. That's nice to hear. Ruben, when he needs to get back on the pay train somehow. Appeal, it's a start. I need to get back to being paid. 3 drunks now, pal. Let's all hit no in that poll. I don't see where it is. Do you see the poll? Um, when you say if they didn't want Gaza torn down, you're talking about collective punishment, Dullahan. Yeah, I believe in collective punishment. I believe in collective punishment. Of course I do. Of course I do. Don't we all believe in collective punishment? I'm sorry. Don't you believe in collective punishment? When you blew up, not everybody was a Nazi in Germany. Was everybody a Nazi in Germany? No, they weren't. Astonishing moment. Martin Jory rages at GB News guest, blaming media for migrant crisis. That's what Chris says. You're not working. Get on UC and PIP, free car, and cash. Yeah, maybe. I couldn't. Do I believe in collective punishment? Um, you know what? People people knew where the hostages were. There were thousands of Gazans who invaded Israel. So it's not like a couple. It's not like a couple. Um, I did. I lost the thread here. Can you please? Collective punishment happened in World War II. It always happens. It always happens. My neighbor kidnapped my kid. I'm blowing him. You know what I mean? It always happens. I need a producer. I do. I need somebody who's going to look after me, basically. But I'm too wild. I am actually wild. And I think my being wild should be very attractive. I think to some of you ladies. Do you find me still attractive after today? Let's see if we can find this thing. What does Chortle say? Where was it written? Was it written on 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 Chortle? At Chortle? At Chortle? At Chortle? I should have sent. Let's go see. Let's go see what's written. I've lost hearing in this ear. I'm not listening. I've lost interesting. Let's go look here for this, for Chortle. Chortle has given me good reviews and sometimes some bad reviews. He's very hardworking. His name is Steve Bennett. He's very hardworking. There she is. BBC New Comedy Awards, the best week in comedy. And there's a picture of, I'm not going to say it. I don't want to say it. Now I can't say it. I can't say it. 6 hours. Where was this written? Where was this news article written? This is what Chortle is. It's the best of the BBC. Look at these people. David Baddiel. Look at these. Basically, it's the BBC. He wants to get ahead. Let's see how many people. 43,000. Only 43,000. And I'm following him. Let's get back on track, everybody. Do we believe in collective? It's primeval. It's not collective punishment. Is right now there were 250 people hidden, kidnapped in Gaza, all over Gaza, 250. Where are these people? Well, we're going to bomb you until you give them up. And they didn't want to give them up because they don't care about their own people. You know, a lot of UK cities hasn't recovered from World War II. Coventry and their National Trust aren't involved in this particular matter. I've ruled. Avocado Man, and some were built after it, yet they haven't recovered. It's like Stevenage. They haven't, because why were those homes built? Because they were built because of World War II, giving stuff away to people. That's what it is. Let's build new houses for them. Let's build that here. Yeah. I mean, I think, has anybody said anything that I should read? That I should read? That I should read? That I should read? Let's everybody do the stream a favor. We're doing the stream a favor. I want you to like the stream. I want you to subscribe to the stream. I want you to go to Patreon. Patreon. Okay. I want you to go to Patreon. I want you to go to paypal.me/Lewis Schaffer. You know, that's what I want you to do. So I want you to thank everybody. Thank you all for this. Thank you all for this. Okay. I'll see you tonight at 10:30. I think I've done enough on this. I think, unless you people have something you want to discuss, I think I've spoken enough on this issue. I'm trying not to overstay my welcome. I'll come on at 10:30. Come on at 10:30. I mean, even though we still have over 50 people watching. You know, Ben Brown is here. Wow, not many people in here. Now he's asking for money. Did it get funnier or still the same thing? Believe it or not, over 50 people were in this stream. Over 300 people will watch it. That's a lot of people for me. How many people are watching your stream, Ben Brown? Who the hell are you? I'm quite happy. And everybody here are basically decent people, basically. Even if they disagree with me, they're decent people. So why do you think you're better than everybody else? Oh, because you're a leftist, Ben Brown. I don't even know who Ben Brown is. Who are you, Ben Brown? Explain why you think this is not that many. This is a record number. Am I a famous comedian? No. Am I a funny comedian? No. But maybe this is what I want. I don't want people like you, too many of people like you, Ben Brown, coming and going, you don't have many people. Because you're a loser yourself. Because if you were somebody, you'd never say something like that. Because you don't know how far I've come. How far I've come. It's kind of like when you see someone who's got maybe someone with Down syndrome. Are we allowed to call them Down syndrome people? Down syndrome, and they're walking and talking, and you don't know what was expected of them and how far they've come. And that's what I feel about myself, how far they've come. Okay, so I'm saying goodbye to everybody. MC Scott, Black Adder, thank you for coming. I see you. And Avocado Man, Ruben, Joe, I see you. Thank you for coming. Chris, Dullahan, okay. 95% of the people wouldn't have known. You know what? They do know. They know what's going on in their neighbor's basement. They know who the enemy is. They could have told somebody, Dullahan. Okay? I mean, you want to side with those people, you side with those people. And you side. Okay, Ruben is here. Prod35, thank you for joining us. Everybody, like the stream, subscribe to the stream. Even you, Ben, you can subscribe to it. Maybe you'll become a big listener. You, Jarrett. Okay. Joodles. Did Joodles actually write this? Did Joodles write this thing? I would like to see that. It's good to see my name. It's almost mainstream media, even though it's 35. He's great. Steve Bennett, one of the hardest working people in the world, but he's not, he's married, whatever he is. Okay. But mispronounced words, says Joodles. Mark J. I see you. Alan Williams. Avocado Man. Thank you. Steve Miller. Steve Cuff. John Miller. Sorry. Steve Cuff. Dino Drantle. I see you. thank you everybody for coming in today. Thank you for coming in today. I see you later. I'll see you later. I see you later. Um, yeah, yeah. There you go. There you go. Um, Also subscribe. That's the most that has subscribe. And also you got Patreon. You've got coffee. You could do that. Coffee. We'll see you later. We'll see you all later. I'm saying goodbye. Everybody, if you want me to include your name, Lud, I forgot about Lud, Mark Therosian, thanks for coming in. I hope I was artistic enough. Lucy, thank you, Lucy. Alan Williams, Luke W, great show. Well, I don't know if it's a great show, but I think I was honest, and I want to thank you for listening to me, and I want to thank you for putting your 2 cents in, and thank you for supporting Israel and the Jews. D.D. Plectum, thank you very much. We'll see you tonight at 10:30. I'm going to put this here. We will see you tonight at 10:30. Let's put this here. We will see you tonight. Everybody, can you go to Discord? I forgot. Is that tonight at 10:30? See you tonight at 10:30 here. Okay. Everybody go to Twitter. Make sure you go to Twitter if you can. Are we on Twitter? Can you go to Twitter? Alex, thank you very much. 10:30 tonight. We'll see you 10:30 tonight. We'll see you 10:30 tonight. And I'll repost this thing. There you go. Okay. Is that true, Joodles? Grok just admitted it made that chortle poll up after I asked it to find me. Yeah. Is that true? Is that true, Joodles? Lewis, we are under the thumb of the IRA. You couldn't do anything. We couldn't do anything, or we'd be dealt with. Well, then that's the price you pay if you're under the thumb for the IRA. That means your country supports the IRA if you allow them to be under the thumb. We're under the thumb of the Keir Starmer and the left. Sometimes, that's just the way it is. I shudder at the mention. I feel bad for the IRA, that you're under the thumb of the IRA. That's why we've got to say no. You've got to fight back, I guess. So, Dylan, thank you very much for watching this show. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Everybody, bye-bye. Bye-bye. We'll see you later. I'm going to see if I can fix this thing. Bye-bye. Go to Discord.